Now let's go ahead and talk about user input. User input simply means that you're going to ask the user to type in something and to give their input rather than just assigning different values that we are doing right now. All right. Like, what if I wanted to ask a user about their first name and their last name? How can we do that? Well, you'll feel good to hear that taking user input or asking user input in Python is actually quite simple because you can simply use the input function. So this particular feature is already available in Python and you can just use it. Enter first name. Now you will notice one thing when I run the program. You will notice that it will display enter first name and the program will then kind of pause over there. Pausing simply means that it is waiting. You can see it's paused over there. It's waiting for my input and I can go over there and type. If I click right there, I can start typing something. And I press enter and then the program is ended. All right, and I can actually go over here and I can say end of program. And I run it again. And you'll see that end of program is not really printed out right now. You can see right there, it's not printed out because it's waiting for user input. And now end of program. Okay, so one of the things about the input function is when you use the input function, it always returns you a string. I mean, when you are asking enter first name and you type in John, then how do you access John? I mean, maybe you wanted to print a message saying, hey John, welcome. But you need to somehow access the input, the actual input you have implemented or actual input that the user has typed in. So how do you do that? Well, the input function actually returns you a value. And one of the things you can do, I know it's kind of like an early thing, but it's quite early to see this, but documentation can be really important. And you can see that I'm using REPL, but even if you're using some other kind of editor, you can simply put your mouse cursor on the, on the function name itself, and you'll be able to see what it returns. Now, I know that we haven't discussed functions right now, but if you just look over here, I'll see if it pops up. There we go, str. Str basically means that it is going to return string. All right. So this input function, you're going to say, or it's going to say that enter the first name. When you enter the name or anything, it is going to be returned and put into something on the left-hand side, like a variable name. And I'm just going to create a variable called first name. And now whatever I entered, like John, Mary, Stephen, whatever, that will be stored in first name. And now I can go ahead and print out the first name. First name. So if I run it again, enter first name, I'm going to say Stephen, and there we go. You can see that now I'm able to print out Stephen. You're not limited to only calling input one time. I mean, you can call input multiple times. If you want to also collect the last name, you can do that. Enter last name. And again, this is going to return you a string, which we are going to put into a variable called last name. And then you can print out the last name also, and so on. So I'm going to say Stephen Doe. And there we go. We print out the first name and we print out the last name. Now, what about if I wanted to ask for numbers, right? I mean, I can do that. So input, enter first number. Okay, we're going to get first number. And then input, We're just trying to add two numbers together. Enter second number. That will be going into a variable name called second number. And then we can probably just add them together, like first number plus second number. So whatever the result of first number plus second number is, add them, and then since it is inside the print function, print that. Let's start with the first name, last name, so we don't really care about that right now. First number, let's say 10, second number 12. Why do you think it printed out 1012 and not 22? Can you guess? Right there you can see it's printing out 1012 instead of 10 plus 12, which is 22. Well, the reason is because input function will always return you a string. So basically first number is a string plus the second number, which is also a string. And when you add two strings together, you are basically concatenating the strings. That is exactly the same thing that we have done before, right there. There's no difference. So now the question actually becomes, well, then what should we do? I mean, we have a string that the person is entering. How can we convert that string into a number so that we can perform some sort of a mathematical operation? Now, I can write the code for you over here, right? But research is also part of development and programming. You should be able to learn how to research for a problem, how to find the solution yourself. So let me see what I can do. Oops, I'm going to go ahead and open up a new search bar over here, and I'm just going to go to ChatGPT. Now, keep in mind that my purpose of going to ChatGPT is not like, okay, I'm just going to copy paste everything. Absolutely not. That's not how you should be using ChatGPT. You should be learning or doing it in a way that you use it as a reference. So let's go over here and let's just copy one line, because using ChatGPT, using prompts is also a skill that you need to develop. How to convert first number into an integer, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to convert it into an integer, right? Let's see what ChatGPT tells us to do. To convert first number into an integer, you can use the int function in Python. So just like there's an input function in Python, there's also an int function in Python. Int means integer. And they're giving you a lot of different examples. So I would say definitely go ahead and read all of that stuff. So, I mean, some of that stuff you might not understand because, see, over here, they're talking about exceptions and all that. We haven't really done that part. But you can start simple. You can start with this, right? Int function. So basically, if we use the int function, we pass in our first number, which is basically a string. It is going to return us something, and that will be our integer. So maybe we can use that. Okay, let's try it out. Oops, not over here, right here. Okay. There are multiple ways of trying it out. I'm just going to say int. You can see int function comes up. I can pass in the first number, and this is going to return us integer, meaning a number, which I can just put it again back to the first number. And then I can do the same exact thing into the second number and then put it into a variable called second number. All right? So it's pretty simple. As you can see, we use the int function over here, which converts your string into a number. So let's save it. Let's go ahead and run it. For the first name and last name, I'm just going to enter whatever, and then first number, and then second number. And then you can see that the actual output over here is 22, which is correct. Right? Now, what will happen if I run the app And for the first number, instead of somebody entering a number, they entered an alphabet. See that? So it didn't really give you the right answer, because what happens is when you put E as your first number, you pass E over here, right? E. And as soon as you pass in E, it tries to call E with the, or it passes E to the integer function. So basically what it's trying to do is it's trying to convert the letter E into a number using the integer function. Now E cannot be converted into a number, right? So it's just going to blow up. Blow up means it's just going to error out. It's not going to proceed further. So the only thing you can pass in over here that will work will be if the first number or the second number or whatever you're passing to the integer function is string, but it represents a number, meaning it's like this, 23 or something, but just wraps in quotes. So that is converted using the integer function perfectly fine. But if you are doing anything else, like if you have a E, that's not going to work. If you type in something else like your name, that's not going to convert to integer. So those are the things you have to remember, and then we can talk about like, okay, how do you fix these problems? All right. So we can already see that this is a problem. It throws an error, meaning it doesn't proceed, it errors out. And eventually, in the future lecture, we're going to see that how we can tackle this and how can we solve these issues. But right now, you should focus on how do you take input. All right, so go ahead, try it out. How do you take input in Python?